What's up everyone, this is CyberKnight8610, and today we have a deck profile for you guys. I thought I would do an update on my Galaxy-Eyes deck profile, because since with Raging Tempest we finally got a Neo Galaxy-Eyes Cipher Dragon, and with that of course we have the new rank up spell and everything, so I thought I would pretty much do an update of my build, the Felgrin build that I went with, because to me it seems like it's more consistent, and seeing that we don't see Blue Eyes too often anymore, which is another great build you can go with for Galaxy-Eyes, but for me I've been having a lot more fun with the Felgrin build, so I thought I would do an update on that. So yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and go through them. Alright, so first off we have our two Galaxy-Eyes Photon Dragon. Yeah, I actually have Ghost Rares, which they look so cool. But yeah, you gotta have Galaxy-Eyes obviously on that. I mean, it's your main monster for this. Really easy to bring out in this deck to have so many different ways of summoning, especially in the Felgrin build. I mean, if it's in the graveyard, that's what you want it to be anyway, to bring it out, and it's your key card anyway. You only really need two though, because it's so easy to search out and just keep reviving that, yeah, you don't really need the third one. So it works out very well. And then after that we have two Galaxy-Knight. Kind of the same idea, just like last time, obviously. I mean, it's Galaxy-Knight. It's a great card because in this build, like I said, I send Galaxy-Eyes to the graveyard as often as possible. And with Galaxy-Knight, you're just able to, if you have a Galaxy monster on your side of the field, you can normal summon it, and then you revive your Galaxy-Eyes, and then instant a rank 8 monster. Just plain and simple on that. So it's still a great option to go with, to go for an easy rank 8 with Galaxy-Eyes. Then of course, after that we have 3 Galaxy Soldier. This card is just amazing. I mean, it works out in so many builds anyway. You guys remember it from ABCs and stuff too, and it's pretty much there to be a searcher for you, as well as go for Cyber Dragon Infinity. But also another good combo you can use is if you have a Galaxy Soldier and a Galaxy-Eyes Photon Dragon in your hand, you can use Galaxy Soldier's effect, send Galaxy-Eyes Photon Dragon to the graveyard, then search for Galaxy-Knight. You have a monster that you special summon, a Galaxy monster you just special summoned on your side of the field, so then you can normal summon Galaxy-Knight using its effect. Its attack gets cut in half, but also its effect will revive Galaxy-Eyes Photon Dragon, and there you go, easy rank 8. So like I said, all three of them work so well together, and mainly though you're going to be using this just to get Cyber Dragon Infinity out as quickly as possible. Plain and simple. And then, of course, next up we have our 3 Galaxy Wizards. Again, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can use it to search. I mean, you can tribute it and you can search for one of your Galaxy monsters. And also, it's a level 4 monster that can double its level when it's on the field. So you just double its level, go for an easy rank 8. So it's pretty much a card that can get everything going the way you want it to by searching for what you need, or just help you go for that rank 8 monster. And then for the last of our Galaxy monsters, I use 2 Galaxy-Eyes Cloud Dragon. Cloud Dragon is amazing because with this build, obviously, like I said, you're going to be sending Galaxy-Eyes Photo Dragon to the graveyard, and that's what's great about this card is that you can easily just, summon it, tribute it, and then you can either bring out a Galaxy Dragon from your hand or even the graveyard. So it's just an instant Galaxy-Eyes Photon Dragon, plain and simple on that. It can also become a material, so that can actually help out too with all the different, Galaxy-Eyes XC monsters that we summon with this deck, so, it doesn't hurt to have that extra material either. And then now for the Felgrand support. We have 3 Paladin of Felgrand. This card's great just because it's basically a searcher for your dragons. I mean, you can equip it to 2 Paladin of Felgrand, and that's what you mainly use it for. Then, of course, after that, obviously, we gotta have our 2 Divine Dragon Lord Felgrands. This card, of course, is just amazing. I mean, you revive it, it's able to remove from play a monster on the field or in the graveyard, it gains attack from it and stuff too, and it's just a great removal card, as well as an easy level 8 dragon to be able to special summon. So, either way, like I said, it's amazing to have. And then the last of our monsters, we have 2 Archbrave Dragon. It's the main card you're going to be using for reviving your dragon, so you can get an easy Photon Dragon from it, or Felgrand, one or the other, and it just makes it so it's easy to bring them out, plain and simple, because it went into the graveyard, then, of course, during your opponent's next standby phase like that, you're able to revive one of your dragons, you can get Felgrand, then remove and play one of their cards, or just get a Galaxy-Eyes just to protect you, or whatever you want to do on that. So, of course, it's just mainly there to help revive other dragon monsters that are in the deck. Next up, we're moving to our spell cards. We have 3 Return of the Dragon Lords. I mean, this card is amazing. Anything that involves dragons, you need this. It's a monster reborn with a little bit of protection effect to it. So, obviously, anything that you're using with dragons, yeah, you need this card. It's just that simple. Then, of course, with all of our high-level monsters, also using 3 Trade-In. Great draw engine for it, and it'll help you, of course, again, send those dragons to the graveyard, as well as just give you a good draw engine for the deck, too. And after that, of course, 2 Twin Twisters. Again, I want to discard cards, I want to get my dragons to the graveyard, and, of course, that good spell and trap destruction is always very useful. And with Soul Charge, you have another way to revive your monster, so I'm using one of those. And then 2 Galaxy Expedition. This card is amazing. I mean, obviously, as you can even see like in the artwork and stuff too, you have a Galaxy Knight, you have a Photon Dragon, or even Galaxy Soldier on your side of the field. Use this card, you get to search for another, you want to get one of the same levels. You can get another, Photon Dragon, you can get Galaxy Knight or Galaxy Soldier, get them on the field. It's just basically an instant XC monster that you're going to get from that. And using this with a Galaxy Soldier is pretty awesome too. That way you only discard one monster, use this, you get a second Galaxy Soldier, and then there you go, Cyber Dragon Infinity. it's the card that will help you get everything going as well, and it's pretty much an instant XC monster when you have it. And then after that, for a field spell, I'm using 2 Dragon Ravine. This card's really great because, again, it's a searcher, it's another way to send cards to the graveyard, plain and simple. I mean, it helps with both of those effects, so it definitely works well in any Felgrin build, and of course with this build it works wonders too. And then of course for a new card I'm adding to the deck, we got from Raging Tempest, and that is Rank Up Magic Cipher Ascension. I'm using 2 of them, and of course obviously as you can see it's the Rank Up Magic for Neo Galaxy-Eyes Cipher Dragon. I mean, that's what you're going to be using it for. It's not really a problem either to have 2 of them, because there are sometimes they can be dead for you, but also I have so many discarding cards, like Twin Twisters, Dragon Ravine, so on and so forth, that it's not really a problem to have either. So I don't mind, if I have to, if it's not useful at the moment, just discarding it. But in a lot of cases, I'm going to have Galaxy-Eyes Cipher Dragon on my side of the field. I mean, that is really easy to do even in the first turn. And then, of course, I'm running 2 of them so I can draw it a little bit quicker. But if, if I already used one, or, if I don't need the other one or whatever, I can always discard it, and it's not a problem for me. And then with that too, it's not the only Rank Up Magic. I'm using Rank Up Magic, the 7th one, just because it's an instant chaos, the number 107. You don't want an opening hand, but if that does happen, again, it's a card I can discard if I need to, so it's not too much of a problem. It's kind of worth the risk of just having that one card and that one extra space in the extra deck to just have this, in my opinion. I mean, because it's an instant 4,500 attack monster you get on your side of the field that's very powerful, so obviously I feel like it's worth the risk. And Foolish Burial, because, again, I want to send stuff to the graveyard. And then now for our trap cards, we're not running too many of them, so I'm using 2 Tachyon Transmigration, and then, of course, 2 of Solemn Strike. Those are only trap cards that we're using. I mean, both of them are basically the same idea. We want to negate stuff that could get in our way. Tachyon Transmigration works out really well in this deck, because like I said, I'm going to have Galaxy-Eyes on my side of the field. Whether it's Cipher Dragon, or just, Photon Dragon, or, even Tachyon. I'm going to have a Galaxy-Eyes on my side of the field, so having Tachyon Transmigration, it helps protect them, and that definitely comes in handy, just being able to negate stuff that could possibly hurt my monster on my side of the field, or do any damage to me, so that definitely can save you in a lot of circumstances. And the same with Solemn Strike, really. If there's a monster they have, and I don't want to deal with it, just negate it from being summoned, and both of them just help me protect my monsters. Alright, now moving on to the extra deck, the first card we have is number 62, Galaxy-Eyes Prime Photon Dragon. This card is amazing. I mean, this is the game-winning card, if you want to think of it like that, where basically, if there's a lot of XC monsters on the field, this is the one you want to summon because it just ends games. Using its effect and everything. Be sure, though, that you have Galaxy-Eyes Photon Dragon as one of the materials, because if it doesn't have that attached to it, then it doesn't do as much damage. But this is pretty much the game-winning card in a lot of circumstances, so if I have a lot of Xyz that are on the field, I'm going to summon this just so I can end the game right there. And that's what it does. It's kind of the game winner for you. We also have 2 Galaxy-Eyes Cipher Dragon. It's an amazing rank 8 monster, and what it does, it's able to take one of your opponent's monsters and change it to a Galaxy-Eyes Cipher Dragon, and if that monster you take is an Xyz, then you can just rank it up into one of your monsters and you get to keep that monster. You get a free number 95 or full armor dragon or something, So this card, it sets up so much, and like I said, it's easily one of the best rank 8 monsters we've seen in quite a while. Then after that, of course, gotta have a Neo Galaxy-Eyes Cipher Dragon. Like I said, it's an update with that. I'm only running 1 of them. Again, I'm using 2 of the Rank Up Magic just so I can draw it a little bit quicker, and I can always get rid of the other one if I don't need it. And really, you only need 1 Neo Galaxy-Eyes Cipher Dragon. It's not like the original, Neo Galaxy-Eyes Photon Dragon, because with that one, it was a little bit scarier to use, because more than likely you're going to be using 3 materials to go for that Xyz summon. And 1 Solemn Strike or Solemn Warning can just end that, and it just, it can ruin the whole thing. But with this build, I don't really mind, using then 2 monsters that then go for Galaxy-Eyes Cipher Dragon, and then ranking that up. I'm not losing as much if I go for that. In most cases, too, if I'm going for rank up, I'm going to try to be careful of anything on the back row anyway, so it doesn't mess me up. And also, it has some great effects, too, so once you summon it, it will definitely protect you. Then, of course, after that, I have number C107, Neo Galaxy-Eyes Tachyon Dragon. Like I said, we're using the rank up magic, so obviously, with the 7th one, I can bring that out instantly and have a 4,500 tech monster on my side of the field with some amazing effects. And to go along with that, I'm using a Galaxy-Eyes Full Armor Photon Dragon, as well as number 95, Galaxy-Eyes Dark Matter Dragon. Like I said, you can rank up into these. Whether you take one of your opponent's 16 monsters, you can rank it up into one of them, or you used up your materials on one of your Galaxy-Eyes monsters, you can also become one of those. And with Dark Matter, you're sending, again, dragons to the graveyard, which is nice. And Full Armor is usually the one that I use when I'm ranking up one of my opponent's monsters or something too, because you manage using it because it's just, 4,000 attack monster that you can easily bring on your side of the field. Then after that, moving on to more of our rank 8 monsters that we're using in this deck, I have number 107 Galaxy-Eyes Tachyon Dragon. So obviously, you guys know why I'm using this, and also with the rank up magic and everything, I gotta have it, and it's just a great rank 8 anyway, so it's pretty self-explanatory. Then number 23, Lancelot, Dark Knight of the Underworld. Again, this is just a good rank 8 monster. It can attack directly, so it's a game winner for me. I'm going to be able to deal out a ton of damage using all these Exceed monsters, actually any of them. I mean, most of them are over 4,000 attack, and I'm going to be able to do a lot of damage with that, and if it's later in the game and somehow they've been able to come back or anything, this card can just win the game for me. I can easily go for it, go for that direct attack, and win. I mean, that's 2,000 damage directly. That can win in most cases, especially with everyone using Solemns, and like I said, the damage I'm able to put out, yeah, it's pretty easy for that card to save me in case something does go wrong, or if I just want to end the duel right there. And also, Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand, another amazing rank 8 monster to use. Also, I don't know if you guys can see some of these ghost rares in this. Hopefully, this camera is doing some justice for them, so they look awesome. I usually don't go for different high rarity stuff, but on these rank 8 monsters, I really like a lot of them, so I kind of went on ahead and tried to go for the ghost rares on them. And also, for our last rank 8 monster, I have number 38, Hope Harbinger Dragon Titanic Galaxy, which, I mean, obviously, any build that can go for a rank 8 is using this card. I mean, it's so amazing, help you out in so many situations, and yeah, it's another one that you will definitely want to go for. Then, of course, since I am using Galaxy Soldier, I have a Concealer Pleiades. I don't mind having that extra option to go for that, as well as, obviously, like I said, I'm using Cyber Dragon Nova, and then Cyber Dragon Infinity. I mean, that's easy to go for that Cyber Dragon Infinity. That's usually the one I'm going for, but if for some reason I feel like I need Pleiades, I like having that extra option, you know, that extra rank 5 monster that I can go for. And of course, since I do have Galaxy Wizard and Paladin, I wanted to throw in one rank 4 monster, so I'm using one Castell, just because, yeah, it's an option, you can go for it, and why not, since we have a little bit of extra space. So yeah, there you go. That is the update for my Galaxy-Eyes deck profile. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Like I said, it's not a huge update because mainly we got a rank up magic and a new Exceed monster, but this build still does really well. I mean, I love using it. It's one of my favorite builds to use just because it's just plain and simple. It's fun. It has a lot of power to it too. Like, a lot of people don't think of it as being so strong, and then they realize that you're able to bring out some of the strongest Exceed monsters in the game with ease. I mean, like I said, more than likely, you're going to have a Galaxy-Eyes monster on your side of the field, and most of the time too, it's going to be one of the 4,000 attack ones. So this is definitely one of the decks that can easily overpower your opponent, and it just pumps out rank 8 Exceed monsters like crazy. So I definitely recommend it. I think everything is pretty well budget in this deck too. I try to make it like that. The only thing is probably your Solemn Strikes, which hopefully you already have those, and of course the extra deck, you can kind of change around a few things, but the main cards you need, I don't think any of them are expensive anymore. So if people want to build this, I thought it'd be fun, you know, for budget players and stuff too. They could probably end up building this for pretty cheap too, especially if you already have a lot of these different Exceed monsters too. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. As always, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit that like button if you want to see more deck profiles. Like I said, I also am planning a Subterra deck profile very soon, and Wind Witchers was another one I wanted to do, and you know, maybe even Skull Servants and stuff too. Just let me know in the comments what you guys like to see, you know, if you have some requests for different deck profiles and stuff. But yeah, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profiles, news, discussions, and openings, and of course I will catch you guys later. See ya.